Hello, my name's Tina. Welcome to my craft room. In this video I'll be sharing all the cross stitch I've been working on recently and what my plans are for the coming month. So let's start on a bit of a low but not too low. Disappointed. I am very disappointed in myself, but these things happen. So this first project is At the Met by Mirabilia and I am so close. Oh look, just got stuff. I literally abandoned this. I've left my needle in disgust. So I am on the beading. I have just got, there are lots of swags. Let me find the actual bag. I haven't got it here. I shall put a picture up on the screen of how it looks and you'll see that there are swags that come down each side of her arms, and so I thought I was being clever, never works out. And because there was gaps in the dress here, I thought what I'd do is do this part and start coming up, do this part, start coming down, and then I can, if it needs rejigging, which I thought it probably would, I could make it work in the middle. But that didn't really work out as well as I wanted to, because you can see from here, this is supposed to come straight down. I was way off. And so that's the point where I sort of threw my toys out the pram and thought, it's ruined, that's it, oh, it's over, I've had enough. But I have rethought that and thought, well, no, by the time all the swags are in, you're not going to notice so much, and I'm just going to go with it because I love this piece so much. I really want to get it finished, and so yeah, I just thought just carry on. So it's not what I want it to be, but I do love this design and it's so busy with how many beads. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I'm going to know, and my few friends that watch these videos are going to know, but I know that they'll be kind about it. So yeah, there you go. So disappointing, but I am still going to keep going on this one to get it finished. It's on, I can't remember the fabric, but it's on 32 count even weave. It's just a mottled, very light purpley pinky fabric. The skin is done 1/1 badly. That's another reason I was going to give up. I started this about 2016 and it was my first Mirabilia. It was my first time knowing about doing 1/1 skin, and it's first time for a lot of things with this one. So that's why I'm giving myself some grace and just going with it, and it's just a reflection of my progress. So hopefully other ones will be better, and so I can see how I've progressed, because yeah, what's happened has happened and I shall make the best of it. So let's move on to something I am enjoying more. It's another Mirabilia. So this little section is Christmas in July. So this is an actual Christmas, well, is it Christmas? It is Snow Queen by Mirabilia. And so I like to think of this more as a winter rather than Christmas, but I'm saying it's one that I would like to have up for Christmas time. So I suppose it is because he does have baubles hanging on his antlers. So I think it is Christmas, isn't it? But this is how far I am, and I have literally been, I'll show you where I was before. I've skipped ahead, haven't I? Let me show you where I was before. And then you will see that I've been doing the ribbons that hang out the back, and that was the last stitching, really, the main stitching I need to do on this one, because now it's going to be a lot of beads. I have got whisper thread down the bottom that I've been saving till last, so I need to do the whisper thread. I've never used that before. Let me just find it in my bag. So this is the whisper thread, so hopefully, see if I can focus on that, you can see how wispy it is. I've never used this before. I'm a bit apprehensive how it's going to work, but I'll go with it. So that's the whisper thread that I'm going to use. So when I come back to this one next time, I shall be putting that in that bottom section down there. So this is stitched on an even weave, it's 32 count even weave called Daybreak. It's by Pole Stitches. Really love this fabric, really love stitching on this. So yes, it would be really nice to have this as a finish this year, but I don't know if I will because there are a lot of beads. How many beads does she have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10 different beads, Mill Hill beads, and 2 treasures, well 6 treasures in total. So yeah, there's a lot going on there, so that's going to take a long time to finish, isn't it? So, but I shall just keep bringing her out now and having a go. I probably won't bring her out in August, but I'll bring her out again in September. I might put some in August, we'll see. I'm interested to see how the whisper thread goes, so we shall see. There's other things I think I want to work on more in August though, so that is the first one, well, second one. Then the second one for the Christmas in July, so that one's in these bags, all my bags I've made myself. So this one is just in a deer fabric, and it was fat quarter from Hobbycraft. I did these, it's got little deers inside a few years ago. And then this one, these were fat quarters as well from Hobbycraft, and this is Mickey and Minnie ice skating with polka dots, and then inside I think it's still the same polka dots inside. So that's that bag, and in here I have got my Dimensions Gold Petite. So there he is, Santa's Secret. So this is a kit, and I'm just doing it as the kit instructions. So this time I was working, I'm doing it again. Here's a picture of how it was before. And so on this I was aiming to do the sides with the tree with the bauble, so the red bauble was what I was concentrating on for this. And this is where he is now. So I did quite a lot on him. Once again, I'd love for him to be finished because he's been going for a few years now. And true to dimension style, all that stitching on the side here, it's either well, it's just half cross, and it's either 3 or 4 strands, so it's thicker but only doing half crosses on that side. And the extra fabric I just added on to make it easier, because there's not a lot of room at the sides, so that I can put it in a hoop, or Q-snap, and I'm not right on the edge of this Q-snap once it's in, so it gives me a bit more flexibility there. So yeah, glad I brought him out. And he hasn't got his glasses or anything yet. Some people think he's sinister. But I just love the shading, the dimensions. I just think they do the shading and everything really nicely, and I just thought it looked really effective when I saw what other people had done with him. So moving away from Christmas now, another bag. This also was a Hobbycraft backwater one. So I've got the little blue tips there with the polka dot. And then, I used up scraps with this one. So I've got some of that turquoise there. But then on the other side, I've got a different fabric. Nothing goes to waste around here. Nothing goes to waste. So this is my Emma Congdon one. And it's from the book Cross Stitch for the Earth. It's got beautiful designs in here, all very much nature and looking after the planet designs. If you'd like a flick through, I think flick throughs have been done before. It's been out quite a while now, but if you'd like a flick through this book, let me know and I can do that. So I'm just stitching this on, this is upside down, I'm stitching this on a 14 count Ada, and it's just in a pine forest green because I thought that would be easier on the eyes because it's a dark green. So this is how it looked before. And so I was trying to have a page finish on this one, and this is where it is now. So I'm really pleased how this is coming along. As you can see, a lot of it isn't stitched because it's the colour of the fabric. When you're stitching it, you can't really see what's going on, and then when it's further back, you look from a distance and you can see it much more clearly. So yeah, that's how it's looking now. I'm looking forward to further up where the pink stitches is, so if I show you in the book. So in the book you can see that it goes much pinker up here, and I think that is going to be nice to stitch something away from the greens. I love the greens, but away from the greens. And you can see there how once it's framed that it just naturally just blends into that border. So yeah, I really love that one. So that is my Emma Congdon one. Then moving on to, this is another bag. So this is cat fabric. I bought this at a show, one of the knitting and stitching shows, this fabric. And then just put some more of that red spot and just put a bit of lace on there as well for some reason. I think it was originally, yeah, because it's Halloween, I thought that would be. But I think I used it for a different cat's Halloween project before that. So this is Moons Out, Brooms Out by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it's stitched on an even weave 28 count Dusky Sky, and it's a fabric flare one. This is how it looks now. So I wanted to fill in the next word, which was the moons above the brooms. And I've also, now can you see the difference in how much it stands out between the moons and the brooms? Because I've backstitched the moons, but I haven't backstitched the brooms. And I first did the M when I was doing longer. I'll bring it forward so you can see more the backstitch, because it does blend in. You can't really see it, but I do think it makes it more dimensional. So yeah, I did the M first, and I did it quite long stitches, but I didn't like how it looked because there are such long straight lines. I just thought where I was catching it down, you could just see that, and it was annoying me. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to do each individual stitch. So I did each individual stitch and thought that looked neater. But I thought you can't really see it much. Is it doing anything? But then when I looked at it from a distance, I thought, yes, actually, you can't see it, but it is making it pop out more. It is making it more dimensional, so it is worth it. So next time I come back to this one, I will be back stitching the brooms, and then I've got the moon. There's a big moon that comes across this S behind here. So I should be putting the moon in as well. But this is definitely, I want this to be finished for Halloween and framed this year, because there's not much to do. It's not going to be pleasant doing that moon, but it is just one colour with some metallic I put in. But I might change the metallic up. I'm going to have a play with it, because I bought what I was using last time. Let me show you closer so you can see, but it didn't show up an awful lot. Oh, can you see the metallic in there? Probably not. But that is this thread. It's got all caught up inside, just unwound in the back. So that is this one, and this is the DMC metallic thread. So that's what I have been using. But it wasn't giving me what I wanted it to give me. But then I bought this, and this is supposed to be, this is from Drops Nord. And originally, so for yarn, for knitting, and originally I bought this because I thought it'd be fun to put in with like my socks, to add a like sparkly element to some socks. I haven't used it for that yet, but I just thought this is far more sparkly, and so this may actually be better. So I'm going to have a play and see if this is better than the other one. So I should just do a few stitches and see what I think. And then if it is better, the one that I've done already, I'll just do half a stitch, the top leg, just go over that just to try and blend it in a bit. But yeah, I don't like using that first metallic one very much. It's not very nice to use, but I've got to use it now because I've used it for that bit. I know you've been there as well, where you think, oh, this is a good idea, and then you think, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. And you've got lots more to go. So that's where I am on that one. So moving on, right. Okay, so I have decided, I've pulled out all the ones. I had 10 projects that I'm working on at the moment. So I pulled out the ones that I haven't stitched on in July, because I want to actually touch those in August, make sure, so they're first priority. And so when I brought them out and I looked at my Mirabilia, Fairy Moon, when I pulled this one out, I just didn't feel the joy. Now I'm looking at it thinking, do I? No, I don't. I don't feel the joy in stitching more on her. I don't feel the joy in hanging her in the house. So I'm thinking I'm going to just put her on a timeout and put her away for a bit and not stitch on her. Don't go for a finish on her. I think the main thing that's holding me to her is that I started her with friends at a stitching retreat, but I've started other ones that I'm stitching on with friends, the same friends at the stitching retreat. So I've still got that connection, and so I don't feel I need to spend hours, because this one's got a big moon that's all beads. And I haven't bought the beads yet anyway. So I'm just thinking I don't want to spend time on that one when I'm not excited to actually frame her either. So yeah, I think she just needs to be out of the loop for a little bit. And then if at some point I want to come back to her, then I'll come back to her. But I just feel if I'm not feeling it at the moment, I shouldn't be stitching on her. And as we as our journey, as our stitching carries on, we change what we like, and tastes change, don't they? Fashion changes, taste change. And so, but then things come round again and you think, actually, I do love that one. And if I see somebody else stitching that one, I might think, oh, I've missed that one, I want to finish her. So she's going to be there, she's going to stay there with all her threads, but at the moment she's not one of my whips. So I've gone down to 9 whips now. So the one that I want to definitely go back to in August is one that I started in June. And so I stitched one seahorse on holiday in June. This is from the Bothy threads kit. It's Shall We Dance, but I've changed up the fabric, and this is the, what fabric did I use? Let me check in my book. So this is a fabric flare, and it's aquamarine, this one. So it's a printed one and it's aquamarine. So, and it is 28 count. So I've got the first seahorse, so I just need to put the other seahorse on there. So I'm going to start that one. I think I'm going to start on the 1st of August and see if I can stitch it in the month. Let's see. But it's a really, I really love the colours. The next one is very much turquoise colours, so it's going to be a lot of fun, very summery, which is perfect for August. And then the next one I want to work on is my long dog sampler. Oops. And last time I was stitching on this one, I didn't quite finish the page. So I need to finish that page, and I'd like to get a whole page done because I haven't picked this one up since June. So it's been, I've missed a month, so I want to have at least another page finished on this one. So that is my Templar of Prophecy from Long Dog, and it's stitched on just a plain stone 28 count even weave with DMC 911. Consult the book again. 115. So 115 is the colour of the variegated thread. So hopefully you should see another page finish next time you see that one. So yeah, I shall be going through the rotation again. I am trying to get finishes this year so I can start lots of new things next year. But I want to get down to 8 whips and just have an 8 whip rotation. I think that'd be much more, so I can touch everything and make progress. So yeah, let's see what happens in August. So thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.